Hello, SimTheWorld here, playing our Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 series. We are back with another exciting episode. I know in the last video we had some suspension work again. There's a little bit of everything, some brakes, suspension. Today, we got another return customer. Do you guys remember this? This is our off-roading buddy. Hello, my friend. It's me again, the off-road maniac. I have a feeling that my Grand Club really doesn't seem fit for the real off-road adventures. Or it just might be my bad luck. On top of that, a bunch of crazy wild bears decided to chew on my poor car. If only it didn't chew on him. Some body parts got eaten, so please replace them and make any necessary repairs. Thank you. And it looks like we have another laundry list. Oh boy, we have quite a few. So I can already tell we have some bad looking rims. Just the two on that side. Let's check and we jump into, yeah, this whole suspension on the right side looks bad. What about the back? Yeah, the back side, this all needs to get replaced. Looks like, what about the left side or the driver's side looks good. Same over here. So maybe he just ran over something bad. Hit some potholes on the right side, drove through a couple ditches, who knows. I think we should get this over to the lifter. We're gonna raise this up. I'm gonna go purchase the body parts. What do we need? We don't want our orders. We want our... We just need the rear right door window, right headlight, left side mirror, right tail light. Oh boy, let's see if I can remember this. Bane of my existence. Let's see. Grand Club. So we need the right headlight, the right tail light, the left mirror, and the right body window A? I thought it was the rear window. Yeah, let's do the rear window. See if we got this right. Yep, we did. I'm actually doing pretty decent on these memory parts. I'm glad there's only like 4 or 5 at a time. Alright. Let's go ahead and try to use our testing, see if we can narrow down some of these parts. If the rims are bad on the one side, I'm curious if the tires are bad as well. All 4 tires, okay. So we got some work ahead of us there. Let's see how the electronics are. I don't know if we're gonna have to dive too deep into the engine. This looks primarily to be a suspension job. Some of these pulleys look kind of worn, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just jumping in, checking a few of these things. Figured might as well. The serpentine belts need replaced. But the engine head covers. Alright, so that's enough of that. That gives us a good idea too. We need to keep testing. Hopefully no pistons. I'm sure the bears stayed away from those, right? Right, perfect. To me, the pistons always just give me the idea, like, I know suspension jobs take a while to do, they get a little tedious. But as soon as I see I need to replace a piston or a piston ring, I know that it's going to be a really complicated build. We have some spark plugs. I think that's about it. The fuel pump looks fine. This will check the rails too. Yeah. Yep, I think, let's take a look. We didn't narrow that much down. Unfortunately, a lot of these are on the suspension. So we'd need to get this car running to check those. Which, since we're having issues with these coils and the spark plugs, I can't start the engine like that. Battery's fine, but let's see if we can't take care of the bad spark plugs. Oh. Maybe it's all on the one side. That'd be interesting. Feel like that never happens. Yeah. Yeah, all 4 coils. And we'll take out the spark plugs. And I know we don't have to, but I want to pop off this engine head. If nothing else, just to give us a chance to check out the camshafts, the timing belt. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So the timing belt needs to be changed, and one of those gears. In fact, this exhaust manifold looks bad too. Let's take that off and see. Yep. So just as I kind of suspected, we've got to take a lot of this engine apart. So I'm going to tear this down. We'll come back with the new parts and some assembly. Alright, with everything purchased, let's go ahead and start reassembling. Should be able to get this engine running after this. Perhaps we'll take it to the test tracks. Perhaps we'll just try to dive in and sort out the issues on our own. Ooh, wait a second. Want to make sure we put the right timing belt on the right piece. I think I got the wrong timing belt when I purchased it before. We want the V8. There we go. There it is. That's the right way to do it. You remember all the spark plugs on this side needed to be replaced. And we will put the timing cover on. Before we get too far, I do want to take a look here. Make sure spark plug's replaced. Yep. Cam gear is replaced. My fear is that for some reason maybe the game won't see we replaced the right item. I feel like we always get it wrong, so better safe than sorry. Same with here, we needed the ignition coils. The other side, however, should be fine still. Put the cover back on. 2 more. There they are. I have new ones I could put in, but I want to make sure that this works. Like, they're not on the part list to replace. We shouldn't be spending money on them. Here is going to be the interesting part too. Trying to remember which rollers needed replaced. Water pump was fine. I think we need a new power steering pump if I recall. I don't know if I put that in the cart either. And once I get these rollers on, I want to make sure that we got this right. I think that's all of them. Let's go ahead and get that power steering pump while I'm thinking about it. That's real quick. Check the car status. Right, manifold's good. Yeah, power steering pump and the serpentine belt need to replace, but we got it right. The idle roller A and B are good. Sometimes you never know. Especially when there's multiples of these, it's a little difficult to keep track of them all. Yeah, we needed to replace both belts. That roller's still good. That should be everything we need in the engine. Yeah, we got the body parts done. Wonder if it will start now. I'm not looking to dive too much into that yet. Let's see if we can't get the suspension ripped out, replace the tires, and see if that's not everything we need to do. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, so all the tires have been balanced. I pressed a new spring into the new wishbone and ABS setup. Let us go ahead. So something I'll note real quick is I know 2 of the rims were bad on this car and 2 of the rims were fine. Rather than pulling the good rims, or the, I should say, the partially good rims off and salvaging those, I opted for just going ahead and replacing all 4. Saved me some time in the long run, which saving time is always the name of the game. Time is money, right? We need some tie rod pieces. There we are. Yeah, we're just replacing the one side today. We don't need them both. Should put the new knuckle on. So I did pull everything off, and it looks like that was all the parts we needed to replace. It's just most of the suspension on the passenger side car, or the right-hand side. If where you're watching at, this isn't quite the driver's side. I did notice that the bushings on the top here needed replaced. These were no good. So if you're doing this order yourself in your playthrough, be sure to, just like the last order, just because the part itself doesn't need replaced doesn't mean the bushings don't. Again, the developers like to get a little sneaky. Thought we had to replace that one. Yeah, we did have to replace the side. We had to take off the other side in order to get to the drive shaft. Let's get this new tire on. Yeah, new tires, brand new rims, everything's balanced and good to go. Hop over here. Yeah, we had to take this drive axle. That's why we have one at 55%. And we'll jump over to the back end. Yeah, we didn't have to replace this side rims, but again, this seemed a lot easier. Quicker to get through. Yeah, we can reuse that spring cap, but the rear spring and the top cap are no good. New bushing here. Get the U-bolts on, and we are almost done with this order. I'm sure this order is going to cost as much as a new car would have. feel like he could have gone out and gotten a Jeep. Like, we do have Jeeps. That's one of the DLCs in this game. I don't know why he's still trying to drive this and go off-roading. I forgot a few parts, didn't I? Oops. Couple parts here and there aren't too big. I tried to make sure I get most of the parts before we dive back into rebuild. It just gets to be a lot of switching from the tablet and back. And that can get either nauseating or annoying if you just want to see how to repair the car. I think we're almost done. This should be it for the tire. Let's jump out and take a look. Ooh, front sway bar link, I forgot that. No big deal. We can put that in now, right there. And I know I forgot it on the other side too. We had to replace the sway bar. We'll give them back the old part there, that will work fine. And this is another job we finished. Yeah, almost $19,000. Really just need to go ahead and purchase a new vehicle and stop taking it off-road. But with that, thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you like this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.